Welcome to this channel. This channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So in the past 1 week, I have shared the US3 standard for practicing the Shilin Pao sets for Wing Chun. And due to that, I have received many messages from our Wing Chun friends. Some of our Wing Chun friends is questioning me, why do I know about this 130 years or the Wing Chun version 1960s? They belong to just the 130 years. Some asking me to compare the differences between the 1850s Wing Chun and 1960s Wing Chun, which is an evolution of past 130 years. And some friends said, asking me whether I can make my video shorter so that people can understand and more people will be able to get it. So I'd like to share with you this video today. This is a very serious video, and it is a cultural and education video. This video is not pointed to shoot at anybody or belittle anybody. This video is going to open up everything for you. If you love Wing Chun, you want to know about Wing Chun, you need to know what is in this video. And this is a very minimum already, okay? Now, the first thing, why don't I make a shorter video lately? Well, because Wing Chun is not what everybody thinks. Many people thinking like an elephant. Many people thinking it is the elephant's left leg or front leg or the elephant's tail. And then they want to learn more techniques so they can use it. And their mind is thinking that elephant is just the tail of elephant or the legs of elephant or the nose of the elephant. So it is problematic if people thinking that you can take whatever in my channel and go use it. Okay. It's like you want to study something comprehensive, formal study. There is no shortcut for that. Okay. So what I'm going to share with you today, you want to put in your mind if you're really serious on this stuff. Now, first thing is, why do I know that the Wing Chun 1960s is an evolution of past 130 years? If you really study into this history stuff, the technical by evidence, you can see things really clearly. For example, the other day I shared the opening of Shilin Pao, which involved the breathing and the proper way of doing it. Right, the proper way of doing things so that you are not suffocate, you can exert force, your chi flow and everything. You look at all the Wing Chun lineage starting 130 years ago with their writing, where it involved Feng Xiu Cheng and the Dai Fa Ming Gam. You see all of them make the same mistake of Right away, you know. If this is from 1850, you will not make that mistake. So somebody in the Tai Fa Ming Gam or Feng Shui Cheng era, they do not understand what is going on. That's why it passed down to today. And everybody is copying everybody. You can have a different combination between this or this or this. You mix it up and you make your own, but still you are copying the same mistake, which is not supposed to be like that. If it is following the ancient Chinese martial arts technology. So you look around, yes, in 1875, that era, there is a writing of Wing Chun. And you can track all up to 1920, how things changes and so forth. You can see that, okay? Another thing, like I shared the other day, the BUG said where your head down, the head down techniques in the BUG set, that never makes sense in 1850 and pre-1850. Why? The 1850 don't do that. The 1850 doing like what? Like the wrestler. Instead of you bend your back down like that, I'm talking about the BUG set, the head down type of techniques. Instead of you thinking somebody is down there, you bend your back, look down. The 1850 is, this is the knee, it just going down like that. So the entire body shift down, but the body is not bending over, okay? So it is like the wrestler. If you look at the wrestler, they're going down and then go turn sideways. So in terms of fighting techniques, there's a no-no. And in terms of the chi flow and breathing, you know that already. In today's term, it calls ice pressure. In the ancient term, it calls your chi flow to flow to your head. And if you do not have the training of the handling of the chi flow, who is very advanced, like they can do handstands, you cannot handle that. And not many can do those kind of stuff, okay? That handstands and the thing. So from the beginning and at the end of the BUG design of that bending forward, head down, you know it's trouble. You know it is trouble there. So with that, you can see the signature. So you see all the lineage today, Wing Chun lineage is copying those mistakes. And there are many so-called claim to be Wing Chun or older Wing Chun. They never show their BUG set and so forth, but they're still doing the mistake this. And you know that it is a creations of past 130 years. Okay. So this is like in the university. In the university, you study the Asia art or Asia culture. You have all the data in. So whoever made up or create that 3 sets, they do not have advanced art. They do not have advanced internal handling of the ancient Chinese. It is very clear already. At the beginning, you cannot breathe. You suffocate here, your pressure up there. At the end, you do the same, the head bend down. In the fighting, short strike is moving the entire body down by kneeling down. Kneel down so that one get close instead of clamping your knee and then you bend the body forward. Okay. So that's why we know what it is. See, unless we know what it is, unless we know what is technically proper or not, we cannot solve the problem of the mistakes. Okay? So I'm saying this not that to put anybody down. Hey, Chinese culture, Chinese history, the Chinese, the China or the Qing dynasty is in the chaotic situation past 130 years. Who the world know anyway? And we are sitting here in the United States of America. We have all the resources. We can see that. We can very detailed check the entire thing out. That's because we are lucky. Okay, not that because we are here somebody special. No, we just lucky. So we have all the informations. We can look into it. And as I always say that, you know, I am a trained design engineer. And I design architect for things and so forth. You can see in my pattern. So that's why we'll be able to look into that. Okay. So that is the power of the Western trained, engineering trained mindset. So hope that you understand this. You need to solve this because why do we want to screw ourselves, right? Now let's get into the 1850s and 1960s Wing Chun to see what is the difference. How is it different? We need to see that so that we really be able to understand what is Wing Chun. After this video, you know exactly what it is. And this video, many times, often, Wing Chun friends asking me, well, Hendrik, you make this, nobody understand and nobody interested. I always tell them, I make this mostly not for Wing Chuners. I make this for the Chinese historian. I make this for those in MMA to know what is Wing Chun, especially the MMA practitioner in China. So why is that? Only this way, Wing Chun is out of the fake list. So let's go. Look into what it is. And what I want to warn you is after you go through that, you might cross the point of no return. Now I'm going to share with you on the Wing Chun 1960 and Wing Chun 1850. Okay. Now I'm going to go into details so that you know what exactly is Wing Chun 1850. Before that, So before that, I like to share with you one thing. So you know the analogy. And then you will be clear. Because what the past 130 years or the 1960s Wing Chun today is very problematic. They don't understand what is going on in the ancient. And of course, you know, we cannot blame people because this is victims of the victim stuff. Since 130 years ago, when you mix up the Tai Fa Ming Kam, which is belong to 1870s, and the Li Man Mao or Yik Kam, which is 1850s, is already a big problem. When you mix that up with the Tai Fa Ming Kam and Feng Xiu Cheng's history, that means you lost track of the entire thing already. The analogy is this, right? This is the what do you call it? The boat, right? Now, this boat is built with two things there, very distinct thing. One, it is created, designed based on the applications, based on a certain applications. And the way how it was designed, the shape how it was designed is based on that applications, right? For example, if this is for wood or for metal, it will have different design and different material to produce it, right? So because this is for wood, so you know that the applications is based on wood. The applications of this bolt is based on wood, and the material to build this is based on the wood application, right? This is very important. Now, let's look into 1850. So, the Wing Chun 1850s, the applications is based on short strike. Like over here, meaning that if somebody chop you with a katana, you go inside there, you need to go inside there, disable him, throw him, or strike him. That is the application. It's like this bolt, it is for wood. It's not for other thing else. Okay? So, this bolt is designed to fit the applications of wood or the applications of somebody strike you, you go close at him, you throw him, you disable him, or you strike him, you KO him. Okay? That's the design. And as how you KO him, that's the techniques. But that techniques is based on that design of you go close, okay? It's not standing 40 centimeters away, but get close, okay? So, in Chinese, this is called the techniques for that specific applications, okay? Say the boat is for the wooden, it's a wooden boat. It's called sofa. Sofa means the means of doing thing. the means of doing things. How do you do things? So over here, the techniques is designed. The techniques is designed for specifically the martial art type of getting close. So the techniques can be, you go inside there, you tilt up his center axis, you go inside there, you sweep him, you go inside there, you strike him, you KO him. And everything is based on the idea of close body or short strike. So all the techniques is applied for that. Okay, techniques is applied for that. Now, when this techniques is applied for that, that is a saying in handling this type of momentum, because this is a momentum play, right? You have to rush into him on different angle and you take him down, or you strike him down, or you jam him, so forth. Those are all momentum versus momentum, because it's going to chop you and so forth. So that is a summarize for that. That is called 接转轮反. The entire body is spin. From top to leg is spinning for attack and defend. 四势相乘. One momentum transfer to another momentum. Okay, so you can rush in, and you have a lot of different techniques, and however, all the different techniques can be summarized that the entire thing is spinning, and one momentum of the techniques is transformed to another momentum. It just continue change. So if this guy, he move in, he the entire thing spin, he strike him, he doesn't get it, he just going to do other thing to sweep him, or so forth, okay? So that is the characteristic of the short strike or sticking body short strike. That is the means. You need to know the means, the techniques, the means of how that thing works, okay? So it's like the bolt. It is for the wooden. It's a wooden bolt. It's not for steel bolt, okay? So the application is designed this way. The thread is designed this way, not different way. If it is a steel bolt, it's a design, the thread is defined differently. So the same with this. The techniques is designed for the applications, and it is the entire thing spin, and the momentum is continued. On top of this is the core, the uniqueness. On top of this, one need to know there's 4 momentum zone where you're fighting in the ground, the short strike zone, like this thing. Okay, the short strike, you can do many different things, from striking to take down and all sort of stuff. And then for the long fish, so one need to know this, even though one is special, one specialty or expert in this. Okay, so that is the bolt, like it's a wooden bolt. Now, this bolt is not going to work if you don't have the proper material. You cannot just simply use a plastic or something else. If you just build this bolt and you have no idea what is the material, it will never work. So same thing. This will never work. Okay, so this is called 手法. In Chinese, say hand techniques. It's not hand techniques, it's the means of doing things. So the means of doing things has to be supported by Shen Gong, the body conditioning. Like this boat. You have to have the proper material to build this boat. You cannot say, oh, I have this design with this thread, this is for wood, and so forth, so forth. But you say, well, what are you going to use the material used to build this? You say, well, you know, maybe I can use paper, maybe I can use plastic. Well, what is it? Okay. So that is Shen Gong, the body conditioning. If you don't have the body conditioning, forget about it. You will never be able to do it. So the Shen Gong, as I explained the other day on the 6 core element and the C model, the first part is your Qigong's part or your recovery part. The second part is, in today's language, you say that is the aerobic-based part. The third part, this is all the momentum, which is all this fighting thing. So one need to get this train, this type of material in order to do this kind of book. Okay. So when one get to the momentum, one need to know this means of doing things. It is not a momentum like a Thai boxing. It is not the momentum like a BJJ. It is very specific type of momentum. You need to support this mean. So your body need to be able to be conditioned in order to support that mean. Okay. So this is your body conditioning. And that is what happened in the past, what one need to train for that or develop that. Now, so one go through the physical, the mind, the breathing, the chi, the force flow, and then you get the momentum. You train the entire body. You can do that. And today, we be able to map it into science, sport science, saying that, okay, this is a natural chi or the recovery training. And here is for the aerobic-based training, and here you need to the interval or high intensity interval training, or else you will never get here. Your body still cannot move. You cannot say, well, I just want to make a plastic boat, like using in those toys. Can you use that for your wood bolt there? Or you're going to break the entire thing just screwing down? Okay. Now, for the Qigong, this is very important. This is called the mind and breathing has to become one. That's the state your body has to get in order to develop the internal art, or in order to evoke your chi or your energy. This is the gateway to get into those, and also it linked to the Buddha's teaching. Well, remember, it's a Shaolin art. Be it Mei or Shaolin, the mother of Wing Chun, they all need to get there. Okay. For this anaerobic, you need the snake slide worm move. Every joint, you have to be able to be sliding really smoothly, like the big joints, like the snake slide, the worm moving. This is spontaneously following the natural. And then this is the rising, the chi, or inhale, exhale, open, close, which I have already explained previously. It is in my book, Wing Chun Inception. Okay. Now, you need to develop this, condition your body this way, like in the aerobic based training. See, it is aerobic based training, but it is not train you to run marathon. It is training so that you be able to support this type of mean. And in order to support this type of mean, you need to condition your body so that you slide like a snake, in other words, naturally. And you'll be able to handle the breathing and so forth. Okay, so you need to condition your body. So this is for the recovery. This is for the anaerobic base, but your body is now conditioned in a different way. And then you want to go up to this momentum handling, this HIIT training or interval training, which is based on one momentum transform to another momentum and the entire thing spin once you hit in to strike in, and it never end until the opponent or you drop or you control him. So now you see that the 1850s Wing Chun have all these things. You have the means, have the uniqueness. It has the very clear definition what it needs to be done, and how to handle this general the four momentum zone, and the momentum handling here. The means is like this, and you need the body, like the material to build the bolt of the material to build the bolt. You have all this training. So that is Wing Chun 1850. Now, what does? If you tell me that Wing Chun is developed by Ji Sim or Mui, we can use this to map it. So tell me, what is the means of Kung Fu of Mui or Ji Sim? What is the body conditioning? Same as we can go through this, the training. You just map Mike Tyson inside here. You look at what Mike Tyson trained: aerobic base, your interval, and then the means like your hook, jab, the fighting style of the Mike Tyson. Or you can map the entire like Mas Oyama in here, and you know their body conditioning, and you know their mean. Okay, and you can map Jigoro Kano here. You know Jigoro Kano is from judo, his means, and you know his body conditioning. It is this clear. So that is how clear is 1850s Wing Chun. Even in today's, in the sports science, in MMA, this type of model, meaning that you can actually map the entire thing, categorize the thing. Okay. So there is 1850s Wing Chun. Now, you look at we come to 1960 Wing Chun. How to get this? You come to 1960s Wing Chun. You don't see all this thing anymore. You don't see the means, the uniqueness. You don't see the body. You don't see like this boat is built for wooden boat and it needs a certain material. Over here is for Wing Chun 1960. Number one is it put emphasis on who is the one teaching you the art. That's where the lineage come. Or I belong to this lineage, I belong to that lineage. Okay, so you have so many different lineage. And you can see in the website or everywhere when people will say, even in the movie, you can say, oh, I'm from this grandmaster, this grandmaster. Okay. You look at like the Ip Man movie, you can see those kind of things. Okay. So the emphasis is based on is focused on who is your grandmaster. So that is the bottom line. However, it do not focus on proper teaching of the technology. So it happen often that like one guy, one teacher teach 5 students. 5 students were all saying that I am the student, the favorite student, and I'm the son of this person. But when they get to, so what is the technology this person teaching, this grandmaster teaching? Everybody have their own story. Okay, everybody have their own story. Now you will say that, well, Hendrik, show me an evidence. I show you an evidence. Okay. So this is Grandmaster Ip Man's interview, 1972. This part is this. So Grandmaster Ip Man in this interview say really clearly, go send it away, come receive it. He said that it is to retain is to receive, okay? So it's like your, over here it said that your Tan Bong Fuk is receiving, okay? Over here it said there is no, you need to like ward it off or left, right, and so forth. But and then over here it also say you don't have you are not using brute force to push him to a side. Receiving, okay? Now, 50 years after Grandmaster passed away, tell me who is doing receiving in the Grandmaster Ip Man's lineage. Well, people are talking about Tan Bong Fuk, and then they say that this is a structure, and then this is a forward pressure, and then you need to use your mind power, your spine power to dissolve the force coming in. You want to forward pressure in. You have a center line, and then you have to sustain this. Who do what Grandmaster Ip Man receive? Who do it today? Look around. When you do a tan sao, or you want to push it out, forward pressure, you want to use the central line, center line, you want to use your structure, you want to use your mind power, whatever. Who else? Who is there using receiving? You look around the world, you look in the YouTube, do you see any? I didn't see any. I see zero. Maybe you can show me if somebody using it. Now, this is the problem. So I say that one, do not pay attention to the proper teaching, but get into this, I'm this grandmaster student, I'm from this lineage and all this kind of stuff. Now, you know why is receiving so important? Because if you don't have receiving, you're standing like that, pushing it forward pressure, triangle shape, or you're standing like that, or you're going to do something like that, or the wooden dummy, guess what? Without receiving, you will never get close. You're pushing that guy away. Or you're taking his force. You jam yourself. So 1960s Wing Chun, it has become like that. I just share with you, this is an open evidence. Grandmaster know his stuff. He say that, well, he's receiving. Your tampong for you receive. You don't use brute force or anything because you want to get in. You do this, you're out. Like this is 10,000 miles away from this guy. So how is it be able to do this? You can. Okay. And so over here, you say that, well, you know, I have this hand techniques like this tan sao techniques. And this is whatever sao here. And then you want to do chi sao here. And then you do want to do fat sao, whatever. And then you have to stand this way. And then you have to all do this thing. Now, don't you see this in today's 1960 Wing Chun? Or 99.99% is based on that. So you have the hand techniques called tampong fo. And you have to have the structure. Okay. And then you have to know that, my grandmaster is this. And sometimes people advertise, if you study with me, your name is under me. I'm under who? But if you look into this, you ask the questions. Can you please tell me what is the uniqueness of the art? As everybody know that Wing Chun is a Kit San Tuin Ta, sticking body, short strike. Do you know the means here? Do you know the body conditioning here? Like this is 3 types: the recovery, the aerobic base, and the high intensity interval training. Does this tell you anything at all for that? Beside your name, and beside that, oh, this name is from this master, this name is from this master. Does it have this? And does it even follow, as what I share with you just now, what the grandmaster put in the public as an evidence? Well, it is lucky and it is heaven wills that Grandmaster Yip Man put that thing, or else how can we clean him up for misunderstanding? If one student say, oh, Grandmaster Yip Man do this, and another say Grandmaster Yip Man say that, and those forward pressure, all kind of stuff, and it doesn't make any sense in this in this type of Kit San Tuin Ta. Luckily, he have that interview. Say, hey, no, we could tell you already, it's receiving. If you don't, and we know that without receiving, you cannot get in. So your Shen Gong, your 3 level of conditioning, like your material to build that wooden bolt, wooden screw, and the means of the wooden screw, the applications. The wooden screw is to screw into wood. The wooden screw is not going to screw into what do you call it? Steel, or not going to screw into the stone. The wooden screw is going to screw into the wood for fixation. Now, over here you have the tan sao. So it's the same thing. I have this screw. Okay, so it's like saying that I have this screw, and this screw can use for anything I can imaginations or my interpretations. So you ask, so what is this screw for? Oh, this screw can be anything. No, this is the way how I use the screw. And then what is a screw built from? Huh? What do you mean by screw built from? Oh yeah, we just have to stand in this triangle shape using your mind power. Well, that's why after 130 years, you don't know how to breathe. And the breathing here is in the very basic thing of your body conditioning. Now, and people get trapped because they saw the Tai Chi guy or other guy playing their force, the strength. They get trapped there, and they thought that, oh, we have to have this force, you know, forward pressure, my body be able to take the force and so forth. And that is the ultimate. It's like there's many Tai Chi or what internal art people make a mistake, misunderstanding. They took force flow as the ultimate and have no idea what is the momentum. They never train in the HIIT training, high intensity interval training. So, okay, you can have all your what you want in your force flow and this and that. If your student pushing you, you can do this and that, fine. So you end up like Lei Lei, the guy who fights Xi Xiaodong. Once you face whoever train in the high intensity interval training, in the momentum, in the full acceleration momentum, and playing this thing with you, you totally collapse. So if you want to tell me for past 130 years, Mui is very good in this Kung Fu. No. It's Ji Sim. It's the guy who invented Wing Chun. Oh, Feng Xiu Cheng. According to Hong Xiu Cheng, it is eternal spring. I ask you one thing. Can you please very clearly tell me what the heck is going on here on your body condition and supporting your means? So tell me, we can put Mas Oyama here, we can put Mike Tyson here, we can put Jigoro Kano here. We can put everybody here to find out what is their training of their body condition and their means. Tell me, what is your Feng Xiu Cheng or your Tai Fa Ming Gam or your Mui or Ji Sim's means here? I'm not being impolite, okay? I'm not being impolite. You look at like Mas Oyama, you put it here. You know he do meditations. Kyokshin, they do meditations. You know they do over here, they do Sanchin. And you know their free sparring is the entire thing is in the HIIT training and the body conditioning to take HIIT. Same with Mike Tyson. You look at that, they have different condition way to suit their own the uniqueness and the means. So let me ask you, so what is the means, what is the body condition of the Mui or Ji Sim or Feng Xiu Cheng? Not putting down, just, hey, let's be clear. What are you doing? Well, sorry, this is a movie. This is a movie. This is from movie. This is from somebody's idea. Is this idea, all these ideas fit into what the Grandmaster Yip Man said just now for receive? Does any people in Wing Chun practice on receiving? How many? So there's your 1960s Wing Chun. Now, I'm presenting this, not that this is Hendrik Grandmaster Hendrik, Supreme Grandmaster Hendrik. No, I just telling you that this is what the Chinese, from Qi Ji Guang to Shaolin, and then to the Wing Chun ancestor in Red Boat, they do this. And even in today's scientific verifications, we know really clearly that. So if you're keeping Qi Sao in here, you never practice in the hit, the momentum, and the means, how are you going to face this Xiao Dong? You can't. Just by this analysis, you can see that. And people cannot cheat today. Okay, this is the heart rate zone of 50, 60s or under 65. If you train this, or you train the hit, your heart rate will go to 90 to 100. That's why I brought out the other way, your vertical jump, your anaerobic threshold, VO2 max, core stability, HRV, aerobic base. Do you have that or not? If you don't have that, what is your Xiu Lim Tao sets training is for? Seriously, well, what is this for? So this is how the entire thing tear apart already. It is really a convenient. You just say that this is from the Ji Sim. No, it's from Mui. No, it's from Ji Sim. No. Feng Xiu Cheng is saying that this is eternal spring. It's not a trace spring. But can you tell me this? If you cannot tell me that, that means you don't even know that it is a wooden screw, or it is a wooden screw, or it is a steel screw, or it is a cement block screw. And what is the material and what's the mean for that? A wooden screw is for wooden. So now this is a problem. And then you want to say, oh yeah, we're going to learn Wing Chun. There's a central line there. Oh, when his force come in, I have to take his force. And you see, I can do this, my Tan Sao. Well, have you read this? What this Grandmaster say? Come, receive, go send it out. And your Tan Bong Fuk is in this manualing, in this handling. Does it tell you that everything has to be forward pressure out and all those things? This is black and white. So this is what happened here today. So everybody quarreling about your lineage. When I tell you something, it's 100, that's your lineage. What lineage? If you don't have this technology, how can you communicate with anybody? How can you get people to respect you? Are you believing that you're standing there doing Xiu Lim Tao your way, stop your breathing, and all this thing, and you suddenly become a good fighter or supreme fighter like in the movie, while the entire world is doing this? So this is what Wing Chunner face. So today's Wing Chun, you can actually categorized into, split into 3 groups. Those who really want to learn what is a Chinese Kung Fu, like I shared with you just now, the 1850s Wing Chun, that you need to know, is it for health, for recovery, for fighting, training, or you just want to be Wing Chun movie hero wannabe. You think that those things is shown in the movie, you want to be like that, and that can face other martial arts. So this is real for them. For the wannabe Wing Chun, this is real. It is real, looks real because if your mindset is orders, it is real. But the entire world is going this way. The entire martial art world, be it your Okinawa Te, your judo, your Thai boxing, your Western boxing, is orders. And you're living in this world. And you're keeping thinking, oh, I can block somebody's punch with my elbow. Are you kidding? Or I can practice Chi Sao to solve everything. Are you kidding? When you have this, even 460 years ago, you already have all those cases, scenario of the momentum handling. Does your Chi Sao have any momentum handling at all? Have any momentum handling, or you just waving your hand? Does this going close, or does this just performing techniques? So the analogy is this screw is for everything. Everybody can have free to interpret how that screw is used without knowing, hey, you know, what is the screw? So this get into the same with the Ronnie Dangerfield Back in School movie. What do you build? Widget. So what is widget? Oh, it doesn't matter. So what is this techniques? All these techniques doesn't matter. It's my interpretation, your lineage, his lineage. Do you think the MMA player care for all those kind of things? Do you think Xi Xiaodong care for those? Didn't Xi Xiaodong make fun of this kind of thing? So unless we get back from the ancient and then we map it into the science, be honest with ourselves, and be able to tell, if you want to tell me that Mui create Wing Chun, then tell me, how is it create? What is the uniqueness and what is the training? If you say it's Chi Sim, tell me that. If you say it's Feng Xiu Cheng, tell me the means. Tell me the means of tell us the mean of the Feng Xiu Cheng or Tai Fa Ming Gam. How come today you don't have it? So all this Wing Chun, Wang Chun, and all the story, you make all the story and fictitious Shaolin like Tang Hao say 100 years ago. That's what is the reality. So you expect that to learn this techniques, like I just give you a screw and I say, use this screw. This screw is magic screw. It can screw everything. And you ask me, so what is it built from? Is it titanium or is it paper? How is this thread of the screw? So should I tell you all, the world, that this is how bad it is already? Or, of course, you know, if you are just a movie Wing Chun wannabe, okay, who do you care anyway? You're just living in your world. But for the Wing Chunner who really serious about Wing Chun, then you need to know what are you training for. You train for your health, for recovery. You train for your body conditioning. You train for the high interval, in high intensity training for the fighting. What are you training? And what is the means of doing the job? And you don't say, oh yeah, I train this. But when you go fight, you know what you do? You use BJJ. Many people, you know, they teach Wing Chun, but you know, they use BJJ to defeat their student. What does that mean? Or they use Western boxing. This is the reality. So I decided to open the entire thing up for you. Past 130 years is complete mess. Past 60 years is complete make up all this history, this history, that, and somebody even make up the history like my Qigong Xu in the Zen patriarch create Wing Chun or teaching Wing Chun. Are you kidding? Are you out of your mind? And people believe on it, left and right. And then you do this Tai Chi. What Tai Chi? What internal? So it is like back to 460 years ago. What do you have? If you are Qi Ji Guang, when you are facing the Japanese pirate, the people suffer. Now, I share with you the US 3. Why? Just now I share with you, right? There's a 3 type of training there. So there's 3 types. The nurture chi, recovery, the aerobic base for training for your health, for promoting your basic health and so forth, your cardio, so forth, and then the interval training for your high intensity action and movement. Let's get it straight for you today. Long term in this thing, in Chinese Kung Fu, yes, this is damaging stuff. Okay. This is for recovery. This is for your condition so that you get healthier. This is for fighting. The fighting part of the Chinese Kung Fu, often it is really damaging. Okay. If you want to train like HIIT, like the high interval intensity, high intensity intertraining, and then the heavy back, and it is and the sparring, you want to expect that it is, you need to have the risk of damaging because of your core stability and everything. Let me tell you why. When I was young, I trained with Cho Hong Choi, my Sifu, late Sifu. I was training the Biuji to the dummy, okay, at school. My Siheng told me, Hendrik, don't train that. Sifu don't like people to train that. So, you know, I am the guy who is, they told me I'm very Western, like I just go straight forward with my late Sifu Cho Hong Choi. Hey, Sifu, why Siheng told me that I must not train that way? So Cho Hong Choi liked my straightforward. He told me this. Because if you use too much force with your body to train that, there are cases that people lost their vision. Their vision become blur. Okay? Only these few years I know, oh shoot, because that influenced the eyes pressure, the IOP. When you shoot out, if you stop breathing, you keeping doing it, it can influence that. So that's why Sifu don't want me to do it. Things can be damaging. You look at Chi Guang by age of 55, he's already really sick. And so he died before 60. So all the so-called warrior, they die young. That's why I told you my sifu who used to, I won't name, who used to put a cement block, okay? Cement block. Inside the cement block, there's about a 1-inch hollow pipe. So you make the cement block, okay, like a 3 feet long. So the cement block is about 1 foot thick, 1 foot in diameter. And then within that, in the middle, you have an empty hollow pipe, like plastic pipe. You wrap the cement block with a towel. Within that pipe, the middle, that hollow pipe there, inside there, you put what? You put a ring, like the dog's ring. Every sun punch, inch power, you want to get the ring to ring. He practiced that. Very good in the short power. Passed away before 60. Heart problem. We know today in the boxing, in the heavy back practice, your thoracic or your chest pressure there, it can cause problem to your health. So today, we know a lot of things. Today's Western science, medicines, is in a certain way is much more internal than the ancient Chinese internal. We can predict the problem. Okay. So that's why the other day I told you that, no, don't do those kind of things because you're going to screw your eyes. And that's why you have the US3. So I'm not here to screw everybody or put down everybody. I'm here to tell you what is going on. If you don't go change it, make correction, and know what you are dealing with, your risk and everything, you're going to get laughed at by history. You're going to create yourself damage because you're risking all it. Sure, you know, if you just want to be a wannabe, like somebody who just have a 6-pack of beer with a friend, like when I was in college, sitting in front of the boxing match saying that, oh, he's good, you know, for sure that's good. Because I'm just a wannabe. I can be like a peekaboo, like a Mike Tyson. But to be Mike Tyson trained in the peekaboo and the hit training and so forth is a different world. Okay. So this is what I like to share with you. You don't need to trust me or believe me, and I don't want anybody to trust me and believe me. Go check for the data. In today, my motto is, in science and the history evidence, I believe. In you, I don't. And so I want you guys to do the same with me. In science and historical evidence, you believe. In Hendrik, you don't want to believe. Because it's not about me, it's about you. The wannabe guy don't care. Okay? The victims do not know what is going on because they're thinking that way. They're trained that way anyway. It is a sad tragic. But if you care for this entire thing, then start to think. Be smart. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. I know it is a straightforward talk, but it is time to present all things what happened. 1960s Wing Chun cannot move forward. You know it is locked down already. Only with science, you can get it. That's why right now, I get the US3 up and get all this map up for you. So you'll be able to see what is what scientifically. And then you can track with the fitness tracker, whether you have it or not. If you don't have it, no point to push it. Because always remember, Chinese Kung Fu have two parts. One is the health part training, which is pretty safe. Another part is the fighting training. That can be really risky because many things is a trade-off.